What is up, guys? We are here at my house again with another mod that we want to do to the ZX to improve some performance. Now, this is not an electrical performance improvement or a mod, it's more of a mechanical, and we're trying to create a little bit more torque, and this is something that you can do to basically any of the Super 73 bikes. I know there's some people that have done this already, but they haven't gone into detail or they haven't explained it at all on how they got it done. Therefore, that's what I'm gonna do right now. Here we have what we're gonna be adding to the ZX. This is a sprocket, 52 tooth sprocket, and I got it off of Amazon. I will be linking the link in the description. And let me know what you guys think about the mod in the comments, if it's something you would want to do to your bike. Okay, so the things that you'll need, obviously you need to order this from Amazon or a bike shop that you can get a hold of. Then you need a wrench, you need a bike toolkit, which I have right here. I got this off of Amazon as well. I will link it on the description. There's different ones. This is not the only kit that they have, but it's not too pricey. The tools are not like very top-notch quality, but they get the job done for what, you know, the stuff that I do to the bikes. So this is one of them. Another, I'll be showing you why you'll need this one. Chain breaker or adjuster, and this one is very important that you need to have, same as this one. And obviously you need an Allen wrench 5, and this comes in the toolkit. So basically this 1, 2, 3, 4 come in the toolkit. This 2 I already had, but the toolkit comes pretty equipped with everything that you kind of need to do work on your bikes. So I kind of, you know, suggest that you get one if you actually like to get your hands dirty and work on your bikes, so that you don't have to go and pay extra at the bike shops. But enough of that. Let's get on to why I want to add this to the ZX. This is why. This sprocket is very small, and it basically makes you do a lot of ghost pedaling when you're trying to accelerate, and it only allows for the sensor to work for the pedal assist. So it doesn't really help. It doesn't really help the bike. It only activates the pedal assist sensors that are in the bracket there. So adding this, let me see if I can get it through here. There we go. It's gonna be a very huge improvement. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in the beginning is that you will also need to either get a longer chain or add links to the original chain that came on the bike. And at the very end of this video, I'll be going over all the mods that I've done to this bike so far. Now, to get this started, we will need to remove this chain guard that goes basically from here to here. From here, screws on here, and then it screws on here to this mount. You'll need to remove this mount. I kind of bent it, thinking that I could break it, but I should have just gone to remove it from the beginning. But yeah, you'll need to remove this mount, this bracket that holds on to that chain guard. Now, I'll show you how to do that. Here we go. All right. Obviously, I had already worked on it, and I said, let's just make a video of this and show everybody how to do it. All right. Here we go. Now, with this tool, we're gonna be removing this cap here. It's kind of like a cap that covers what's inside. Oops. And it's just a cap. It doesn't really, it basically holds the whole crank in the bracket there. So this is all it is. Put it down here so we don't lose it. Now with this tool, it's a crank puller. Before you put it on, you want to make sure like this one is leveled out here. Then you put it on. When the very first time you do it on your bike, it might be extra tight, so it might need some muscle. Mine, it's already loose because I did it earlier, and there we go. It might not need that much work to get it out. See, as I'm turning this, it's going in here and it's pushing. This is holding onto the brackets here, and it's pushing against the inside of the frame that's holding it, and it just basically pushes it out. See, as I turn it, it's gonna come out on this end, and it basically pushes out for this right here. It's fairly easy. I did it by hand, but obviously you're gonna need that wrench when you first do it if you're gonna do it at home. Then that's done there, and the next thing you'll want to do is remove these 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where the Allen key 5 comes in. Obviously, again, they're loose because I did it earlier to make the video go a little bit quicker. So this is what you'll end up with, taking it off. Won't be using that anymore. Dropped another screw here. All right. Now, it can be tricky, so this is how I did it. And this back. What I do is I'll set this on the side, and I'll get this one. I'll put it in here first. I'll do the rest as well. See, there's a female and there's a male. So you'll want to put one at the bottom. You'll want the female in the bottom through the sprocket. You'll see why. So this is what I was talking about. There we go. All right. Now, it doesn't matter if you put it which hole goes to which. You just gotta line them up, and you'll see that it's properly lined up because it'll sit in proper. It'll snap, kind of like snap in or fall in place, and then just tighten them all up. Alright guys, so after you're done tightening all the 4 screws there, you're gonna need this tool right here. And what this is, it's gonna go right in here. You need to loosen this up, and it'll pull the whole crank out. This whole bracket that goes inside there. And you'll need to do that because you want to remove this, because this sits inside there like this, and bending it, or you could just bend it back, which is something I was gonna do, but it just doesn't look cool. It's look all weird having that there has no purpose. You can't put that chain guard anymore, so I just took it off. If this is what you'll need to do if you want to take this off, you need to loosen this up, take off the other side of the crank arms, and then you pull it out this way, and then you can take this off, and then you put it back, screw it on the other side, and this is completely off now. All right, so that's what this one is for. It takes some elbow grease to get it out, but that's what you'll need to do. Okay, so Let me go back. Whoa. All right. All right. Now, when mounting the crank, you'll want to mount it to the where the other one is down. This one is pointing down. This one will be up. And it just mounts right on. All right. Now, the way I have it on, it's not tight anymore. So what I'll need to do is, with this one that I took off from the very beginning, screw it on. And this, as you tightening this one, what it's gonna do is it's gonna push the crank arm with the sprocket further in, so it's secure. So it's securing it. Okay. So as I'm tightening, obviously it's gonna get tighter, but it's pushing the crank arm in. Okay. If I don't make this tight enough, when I'm riding, there's potential that it's gonna come out. It's gonna get loose with all the roll vibration and stuff. So that's pretty tight. And so I had already taken off the old chain and put a new one on. Taking it off the old chain was with the chain breaker, because the original chain that it comes on with, it doesn't have a, let me see if I can find it on this. Oh, here we go. It doesn't have a breakaway link. See how that one is black and the other ones are like kind of silverish. Yeah, it doesn't have that on the original chain, so I had to break the chain and use a new chain. Obviously I just bought one for the one that I got was basically for a 10-speed kit, so it's obviously it comes with a longer chain, and then I just had to take off a few links to make it fit properly, so that it wouldn't be too loose. Another thing I did is I mounted my old original RX derailleur back here, just so that it would give some tension to the chain, and at the same time keep it loose when I'm gonna be pedaling and adding a lot of force with this new sprocket. That way it's easier to pedal. It kind of gives a little bit of easy tension, loosens the tension so it doesn't break the chain. And it easily just mounts onto the bracket that comes with this mounting brackets for the wheel. I'm sure like all the ZXs have that, so you don't need to go and looking for this. If you have the derailleur, you can just mount it on there and throw on another chain. All right, so that's already mounted, and all it takes is one screw, fish the chain through the derailleur and connect it. Obviously measure it or take off some links or add some links as you need, and that's pretty much all you need to do to mount this on. So let's see how. When you buy a new chain, it already comes oiled on. It already comes with grease or oil or whatever you want to call it, but you don't need to lube it. So that's basically it. We'll be taking it outside just to do a little test ride, make sure everything is working properly, but I'll see you guys outside in a little bit. All right guys, it might be a little noisy because now I'm outside, but we're gonna cover basically everything that I've done to this bike, and some stuff that I didn't cover on the last video that I did about the dual battery. But we'll cover all the extra details that I skipped for reasons. Okay, so first thing, again, we did the front suspension from Super 73. When they say they wouldn't work, I made them work. Basically all I did is took off the original forks that it came with that had no suspension at all, and I just loosened the screws here, one, and there's another one here, and just slide them out and put the new ones in. I kept the original crowns, yeah, this one and this one are original. I kept them on there, didn't take them off, so it fits exactly how it should. And the only reason I did that is because I just didn't want to go through the hassle of removing all of this here. Then I took the RX handlebars and I put them on there for a little bit of a higher geometry when riding, so you're sitting up a little bit more. I do have the high-rise handlebars from Super 73. I haven't put them on it, haven't had the time. Should have just done it already, but haven't done it. Then I did the hydraulic brake system, front and back. This ones don't have the motor cutoff switches. This is the front, this is the back. So what I did is I took the switch, the sensor that connects to the brakes here from the original ones, and all I did is I zip tied it to this new brake system right here. I zip tied it, and what it does is, let me get closer here. When I let go, when I pull the brake lever, it lets go of that little button there. So when I'm not activating the brakes, the motor is running. When I pull it, it activates the kill switch and it kills the motor for when you're stopping, so the motor doesn't keep running. And with that, the reason I did this, I didn't want it, but the only reason I did it was because when you press the brake and that button comes out, it also activates the rear light that I have in the back. We'll get to that. The way then I got the RX light, put it on there, and the way I did get those lights to work, let me go here so you guys could see the lights working. So when I pull the lever, the brake lever for the rear brakes, it activates the brake light. My friend Jocelyn from Bike LA hooked me up with that light. Appreciate him. It's because this bike obviously here in the United States doesn't come with any lights or any fenders or speed kit like they do in Europe. It should be an option in my opinion, but it doesn't. All right, so how did I get the lights to work is it's not even a secret. It's just obviously I got a step down converter with basically an S2 controller here. Trying to see if I can. So I have an S2 controller with the step down converter from an S2 that one of my friends, or my friend sold his bike, he parted it out, and I was able to get the controller with a V3 motor. So I have a V3 motor with an S2 controller, step down converter, which allows me to connect the lights, and that's how I'm able to get a little bit more speed than a stock ZX. And then I got a splitter connection right here that allows me to connect the stock battery with the RX battery here. So it goes from the controller, splits, connects to the stock battery, goes down, connects to the RX battery. And it doesn't give it more power as far as torque or top end speed or anything like that. The batteries just give you more range. I haven't experienced the higher speeds, and I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. Then got that, got some blur boundaries, panels, multi panels, and I added this sliders here. I think that's what they're called. I'm not too sure. Motorcycle sliders. And I'm there just in case I have a fall, an accident or something. Because I went to the Apple Valley races that they had the last time, and yeah, I didn't want to fall and scrape the whole frame and have the frame all scratched up. So just in case, I threw those on, and luckily I didn't fall, but just in case they're there, and I didn't take them off. Yeah, on my last video, I'll link it there on the description, and I'll link it up there on the screen here somewhere. But you guys will get more detail there about everything else. I took off the stock tires. Didn't really like how they ride. Not how they ride, but the thread pattern on those tires was, I guess, too big. And if you're riding on a sandy or on dirt or like it's kind of like a dirt road or whatever, you know, it's because of the thread pattern that it has is so wide and so large. It just creates for you to slide out. That's what's wrong with the Super 73 tires. Their thread pattern is too big compared to, see, this one's here from V tire. These are V tires as well, but if you can see, they have lots of little small ones here on the side. In the middle is a smooth one, kind of like a flat one, but it still has like some cutouts. And in turns, this one's on the side grip on pretty well. That's why I like this tires better. So took off those tires, put these on, and I love them. They're smooth, quiet, and they give me good grip. Then I added an alarm system. Obviously it's down here, and it works pretty good too. The alarm has a remote. I have it here with my keys. I think this one is pretty popular. A lot of people have it on their bikes, and it's pretty. If I throw the bike on my truck and I have to go to the store, it's locked up. I have a lock for it, and I activate the alarm. It's pretty secure down there. Hard to get out of there. I mean, they have a hammer or something that can break it, obviously, but it'll sound with slight movement. And for when I'm riding on the trails or on the bike path or on the streets, I have a brass bell for pedestrians, because I don't want to be sounding that alarm all the time. Kind of like the RX horn. It's pretty loud. It scares people. Yeah, so that's kind of like what I've done so far to the bike. There is an air tag within the bike as well, and I can track it just in case somebody decides to take it for a joyride. I'll find it. The air tag is pretty good. I've seen people use it, and they've had to use it, and it works. The batteries, they give me about 60-mile range, close to. Now, if I'm on throttle the entire time, it might be less than that. But I haven't gotten to the point where I've drained it completely. I did a ride with LAE Skate, and I think the lowest I've gotten it to with the dual battery running parallel, was down to 30%. And so basically, I mean, I still had range, but that was a pretty intense ride. It was uphill a lot, some big hills, and it was a good ride, but obviously the battery system worked. Now, having the S2 controller allowed me to do the most recent update from Super 73, which was the torque update. Luckily, it didn't brick the controller, and it works. So I have better torque on this bike now, but it works once you get up to speed. So on takeoff, it's a very slow takeoff still, just like the S2 and the RX. before the update, and now even my RX has the update, still has the same acceleration. It's just that once it gets up to speed, it picks up pretty good. So that's why I wanted to add the sprocket, because it will help me to, you know, on takeoffs, pedal a little bit quicker or give it more torque from my legs. So that's why I did that. I didn't want to like just keep that little sprocket there and pedal like a rabbit or like a little mouse and not get anywhere. The speed sense, the pedal assist sensor still works, so didn't remove that. So I can, so far that I've written it, I can get up to like 20-25 miles per hour, or even at top speed. If I pedal with, you know, with force to get the bike going, I can still pedal at 28 miles per hour, 30 miles per hour, and I can still feel some force that I'm giving force to the bike to push it. So that's to me that's gains right there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please consider subscribing. Now I'm gonna take it for a little ride here in the neighborhood. I have some pretty empty streets right now, and I might be able to see what we can show you guys on the little screen here. But enough talk, let's get on to the ride. All right, guys, we're here on the street that's pretty empty, and we're gonna try to see if we can get up to top speed just on a flat, this is pretty flat street, no cars. And I've set the camera so you guys can see here the screen. So I have it on pedal assist 4, mod 4 on the phone, and hopefully that can work for us. All right, again, I just want to say that this bike, being lighter than the S2 and the RX or the R, is a little bit quicker, I guess. It feels a little bit quicker than those two or those 3 bikes, but we'll see how it goes. Here you go. So I'm not pedaling. $28, $29, $30, $31, and see how it's flickering to $32. It gets to 32, but it doesn't really like stay there. It really tries to. Let's try it again this way. Not pedaling. $28, $29, $30. Yeah, 30 is the max I can get on this. So that was without pedaling. Only throttle. So we'll try it one more time. Now this time we're gonna pedal only. From what I understand, the update only works on throttle. From what some people have been saying, I'm not sure if that's true, and doesn't work on pedal assist. That kind of doesn't make sense to me, but we'll try it out. So I'm gonna be pedaling only from takeoff. Here we go. So 32 already. Earlier, I think once we got to like around this car here, that's when we started to see 32. Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. I really appreciate everybody's support. I've seen a lot of people subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you for showing me the support. Please share the videos, like the videos. That's kind of stuff that I do. You know, I do upgrades to the bike and I share it with you. It's fun. I like it. and hopefully we can get the channel up to 1,000 subscribers and we can do better mods. These are kind of like small mods, but help the bikes in certain ways. So please subscribe, share the video, and hopefully I can bring another video to you guys with a different mod or maybe a different bike. I don't know. Let me know what you think of this mod in the comments, and hit that like button. It'll help with the algorithm on YouTube. The more thumbs up we get, the more the video gets out there. So please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys.